Iran has claimed responsibility for a large-scale and highly destructive strike targeting what it describes as Israel's largest weapons manufacturing facility, an attack that Iranian sources say caused extensive damage across one of the country's most critical defense production sites. The development has quickly drawn global attention as early reports and regional monitoring channels point towards significant structural destruction within the targeted complex. According to Iranian claims circulating through regional media networks, the strike was designed to inflict maximum damage on the facility's infrastructure, with a focus on crippling production capacity and disrupting operations across multiple sections of the site. Iranian statements emphasized that the objective was not limited to a single building, but rather aimed at widespread impact throughout the entire industrial compound. As per sources monitoring developments in the region, the facility believed to have been targeted is widely regarded as a central hub in Israel's weapons production network. Such sites are typically responsible for manufacturing a range of advanced military equipment, making them vital components of national defense infrastructure. The scale of the reported strike has raised immediate questions about the extent of physical damage and operational disruption, as well as the broader implications for Israel's defense readiness. Before we break down what is being reported about the destruction, the damage assessments, and what this could mean for Israel's military infrastructure, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the latest updates on major geopolitical and military developments shaping the world. According to Iranian claims, the strike resulted in multiple direct impacts within the facility, triggering a series of powerful explosions that spread across different sections of the industrial complex. Iranian media reports described scenes of widespread fire, with flames reportedly visible across large portions of the site shortly after the impact. As per sources tracking emergency response activity, firefighting units and rescue teams were rapidly deployed to the area in an effort to contain the situation. However, initial reports suggest that the intensity of the explosions made containment efforts challenging in the early stages. Several structures within the facility are believed to have sustained heavy damage, with some reports indicating partial or complete structural collapse in key production areas. These sections are thought to include assembly lines, storage units, and administrative buildings connected to the overall operation of the complex. According to sources monitoring the aftermath, the impact may have caused secondary explosions within the facility, potentially linked to stored materials or ongoing production processes. Such chain reactions can significantly amplify the overall level of destruction in industrial environments. Iranian claims have emphasized that the strike was intended to disable critical production capabilities, and early indications from regional monitoring suggest that large portions of the facility may no longer be operational. As per sources familiar with defense manufacturing infrastructure, damage to a major weapons factory can extend beyond visible destruction. Even areas that remain structurally intact may experience disruptions due to power failures, damaged equipment, or compromised internal systems. The reported scale of the strike suggests that multiple layers of the facility's operational capacity could have been affected simultaneously. According to sources observing developments on the ground, emergency services continued working for hours after the initial impact, focusing on securing the area, extinguishing fires, and assessing potential hazards. Authorities reportedly established restricted zones around the site to manage the situation and prevent further risks. Security forces were also deployed in large numbers as officials moved to control access and begin preliminary investigations into the incident. Initial reports from regional monitoring networks suggested that the damage footprint extended across a wide area within the complex, indicating that the strike was not confined to a single point of impact. This has led analysts to consider the possibility of a coordinated or highly effective strike pattern. Iranian media descriptions highlighted what they characterized as extensive destruction, pointing to significant damage across multiple operational sections of the facility. As per sources analyzing industrial damage scenarios, the loss of key production infrastructure can have immediate and long-term consequences. Machinery, Specialized equipment and production lines often require significant time and resources to repair or replace. In addition, damage to storage areas may affect existing stockpiles of materials or finished products. According to Iranian claims, the strike was intended to deliver a clear signal by targeting what they describe as a core element of Israel's defense manufacturing capability. The emphasis on infrastructure rather than symbolic targets reflects a focus on tangible operational impact. As per sources monitoring regional reactions, the reported destruction has prompted heightened security measures across other sensitive sites. Authorities are believed to be reassessing protective measures around key industrial and defense-related facilities. Military and technical teams have reportedly begun evaluating the full extent of the damage, including the condition of remaining structures and the status of critical systems within the complex. According to sources following the situation, early damage assessments may take time to complete due to the scale of the destruction and the need to ensure safety within the affected area. The presence of fires, debris, and potentially hazardous materials can complicate inspection efforts, delaying the release of detailed information. Iranian claims have also suggested that the strike could have a lasting impact on production timelines, particularly if key sections of the facility remain out of operation for an extended period. As per sources analyzing strategic infrastructure, disruptions at a major weapons factory can affect supply chains, maintenance schedules, and the overall flow of equipment within a defense system. Such effects may not be immediately visible, but can become more significant over time. According to regional monitoring sources, the incident has drawn attention from governments and analysts worldwide, many of whom are closely watching how the situation develops. The reported level of destruction has been described as one of the more serious incidents involving industrial infrastructure in recent months. As per sources observing official activity, investigations into the strike are ongoing, with authorities working to determine the sequence of events, the points of impact, and the overall effectiveness of defensive measures. Technical teams are also expected to analyze debris and structural damage patterns to better understand the nature of the strike. According to the latest information available from sources monitoring the situation, no final confirmation has been issued regarding casualties or the complete extent of losses within the facility. Emergency teams continue to operate on-site as assessments progress. The uncertainty surrounding the full impact has contributed to heightened attention and speculation as observers await more detailed findings. Nevertheless, the reported destruction of a major weapons manufacturing site represents a significant development with potential implications for industrial and security planning. As per sources analyzing broader implications, incidents of this nature highlight the vulnerability of large, centralized facilities, particularly those associated with critical infrastructure. The concentration of resources and operations within a single complex can increase the potential impact of a successful strike. According to sources monitoring ongoing developments, security reviews are likely to continue in the coming days, with a focus on identifying potential gaps and reinforcing protective measures. Authorities may also consider adjustments to infrastructure design and operational distribution to reduce future risks. The broader situation remains fluid, with new information expected to emerge as investigations continue and more comprehensive assessments are completed. What is clear, based on current reporting and Iranian claims, is that the strike has resulted in substantial damage to a key industrial facility. And as developments continue to unfold, observers across the region and beyond will be closely watching for further updates on the extent of the destruction, the impact on operations, and the steps taken in response to this significant incident. As per sources monitoring continued developments at the site, recovery and damage assessment operations are expected to extend over several days, if not longer, due to the complexity of the destruction reported within the facility. Large-scale industrial sites often contain interconnected systems, meaning that damage in one section can have cascading effects across multiple operational areas. According to sources observing emergency coordination efforts, specialized technical teams have reportedly been brought in to evaluate structural integrity, electrical systems, and critical production equipment. These assessments are essential in determining whether any parts of the facility can be restored in the near term or if entire sections will require complete reconstruction. Iranian claims continue to emphasize that the strike achieved its intended objective of causing widespread disruption, with particular focus on disabling production capabilities linked to advanced weapons systems. Iranian media narratives have highlighted what they describe as a significant setback to operational output, pointing to the scale of the reported destruction. As per sources analyzing industrial recovery timelines, rebuilding or repairing a facility of this scale could take a considerable amount of time, especially if highly specialized machinery was damaged or destroyed. In many cases, such equipment must be custom built or imported, adding further delays to restoration efforts. According to regional monitoring sources, logistical challenges may also arise in the aftermath of the strike. Transportation routes, supply chains, and support infrastructure connected to the facility could be affected, further complicating recovery operations and slowing down any attempt to resume normal activity. As per sources following security developments, additional protective measures are likely to remain in place around similar facilities, with increased surveillance and defensive readiness reported at multiple locations. Authorities appear to be taking precautionary steps to ensure that other critical sites are not exposed to similar risks.